Okay, we're happening. At least I think it is. Looks like it's going. Monkey Butt, how are you doing? What's up? All right, so. Hey everyone, welcome. Here's no problem. Boy, do we have some problems today. Woo! Went from no problems to some problems. We got hammered down. It's 26 and change after hours. There's still about 10.5 million shares in the money as far as the options chain is concerned. Oh, we're back up 27, 50, 40, 54. So it's bouncing up a little bit after hours. We were at 30 million shares in the money yesterday. If you take a look at if you take a look at this, the $12, these guys here, there were 23,000 of those yesterday, and there's 976 today. That means either they exercised, which I don't think happened because we didn't see any big price movement, or they sold, rolled over, one of those things. Which at one point, the investment in this earlier in the week, basically was $1 million investment was worth $200 million on Tuesday. So, they got out with a hell of a bone to pick there. So that's where we sit. We still have a lot at 15, a lot at 17, a lot at 20, a lot at 25. But sitting outside that zone are 30s, the 34s, and then some people with lotto tickets way out here in that zone. There's still 10.5 million shares in the money though in this gray area, and that's enough to make for some good gammon next week if we finish there. If they hammer it down tomorrow somehow, we may be waiting on the volatility all over again. So the Martinelli's is still chilling in the fridge. I want to be able to crack it tomorrow. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, I'm still stroking chins. I may have to go back to twiddling thumbs here. On the BBBY side, 100 dockets dropped today. It looks like the plan man's doing the clawbacks. So when you declare bankruptcy, if you've made purchases or payments of $1,000 or more towards creditors in the 90 days prior to declaring bankruptcy, you have the legal right to go and get that money back from the creditors. So that's what he's doing. It's something that you do at the end of bankruptcy. So that tells us that this might be wrapping up soon. There's a big hearing tomorrow, but it's that hearing that's been postponed every month since October. Postponed from October to November, then from November to December, then December to January, then January to February, then February to March, then March to April. Now it's been postponed to May. Let's see if they go through it and actually do all the things that they promised, 7-8 months ago to do. Yeah. Anything else, Monkey, that I should think about? The penny stock pumpers are going bonkers. We've heard talk about Cint and FFIE and other penny stocks in the chat. Who's behind it is Zach Morris. Zach Morris is the guy from Atlas who was arrested and charged with a $100 million pump and dump last year. One of his co-conspirators pled guilty, and then the federal court ruled that the warrant they used to seize Morris's home and assets and everything, that the federal government fudged the facts on the warrant, so they were forced to dismiss the case. He is back with a vengeance. If you look at if you go on Facebook and look at the Facebook Wall Street bets, it is bot after bot having a conversation about FFIE and Cint and all these things. The bot traffic's huge. It is pumping. It went, I think, over $1 today. So just be warned that the pump and dumpers, like classically famous pump and dumpers who managed to get out of going to prison by the skin of their teeth, they're behind this, and they're spending a lot of money on bot farms to promote this thing, and they will rug pull you eventually. So that's coming. Any other news, Monkey? I don't know. Let's hit a button. Let's hit the old classic. Okay. So Justin G was first. MDK was second. Burning Alfalfa. What's the situation, Captain? Is where we're at enough gamma tomorrow or next week? Max pain earlier in the week was $12. It was up to $18 yesterday. It's probably higher today. We'll see. I mean, if GameStop is buying, right? They're only allowed to purchase up to 25% of the average volume, and they do it through a single brokerage. So they may have another $60 million in their share buyback account, and they might be able to hammer that thing tomorrow because average volume right now is almost 40 million shares. So they could buy 10 million shares if they wanted to tomorrow, which is more than the money they have in that account. But just, doing 1 or 2 million shares through Lit Exchange would be enough to absolutely push that thing really, really high. Because when we see 1 to 2 million shares move, we see an added volume of probably 10 to 20, maybe 30 million share volume as a result. And the price moves a lot. Ryan Cohen 2 years ago, Ryan Cohen did a 100,000 share purchase through Lit Exchanges, and it caused like a $40 rise in GameStop in March of 2022. So little legit purchases can move that stock a lot, especially if you start using, if you have enough money to purchase in market maker code. You can start making purchases at 505s, right? You can do all sorts of weird things to the stock because the market maker computers are like, I'm getting all this information that I'm programmed to look at. But we don't have the money to do that. We're poor people who can't, make 20 purchase orders at 505 shares each and let it wig the computers out. That's things rich people can do. Poor people cannot. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. Chris Range is here. Jape is here. Andrew McDowell. Hey everybody, I got 19 more shares today. Who else bought? It was a good day to buy probably, unless they hammer it down even more tomorrow. But regardless, we are the people who buy whether it goes up or down, and that's where we are. David Wright. Today, for the first time ever, Fidelity is trying to get me to turn on security lending. Coincidence? I had somebody message me today saying that Fidelity only let them have access to selling options if they agreed to go into a margin account. That's wild. I didn't have to do that. I have a cash account, and I can buy options in there. It's really weird. Really weird. Justin G, get me 10 way out of the money calls. They might work. I mean, I rolled mine over today. I now have 24 options going from, I think, 30 up to 42. And then I bought 10 lotto tickets way up at 115 for next week. They were cheap because implied volatility is way down. So, see where that goes. Citron knows what it's doing. Yeah, Citron admitted they have a short position. Oh, really? We've known that a short position for 3.5 years now. And they've got the worst Twitter account in human history. Just go, if they're still on Twitter, go harass them and make fun of them. They're awful. It's absolutely terrible human beings. Zuma God do with Nub. Do you think they can hold out till next holiday deferment? 527? Man. I think it depends on where it closes tomorrow and how much ammo they have left. The trading computers were doing their thing today. Those algos were steadily just pushing it down, very steady almost all day. And man, it took a big bite out of everything. Slow and steady. If they slow and steady tomorrow, they do the same amount of damage, they could push us down below 20, and that would suck. There's not too many call options down below 20. We maybe 3 million shares below 20, which is, at this point, that would be low volume for Monday, relatively speaking. So, Jimmy Rising says, Manku, what is it back up some more? 28.20, it is going up. All right. Well, after hours witchcraft going on. They can't hammer it down after hours. So, their little trading computers don't have access to anything. So interesting. Okay. Coffee Donuts and Homer. Next week, if the Next week, if the leap share theory means anything, then the drop from 64 to 25 means nothing. Exactly. That just means volatility, man. That's the stuff we're used to. That's the old friend we've been missing. Is the volatility, the ups and downs, and the heartaches, and the confetti exploding in your brain, and like, yeah, it's back. At least, hopefully, for a while at least. Coffee Donuts and Homer. It's just the shorts putting all the buys in dark pool and naked shorting. Bingo. And Jadell. Yeah, we buy and hold. They short and dark pools. Rinse, repeat. It's a game of numbers. We have more. Ludicrous speed. Reverse repo dropping steadily this week. At some point, you think the banks will have to margin call the hedge funds in order to save themselves. That's a sticky wicket, because if the banks margin call, right? Say a bank margin calls a hedge fund. The hedge fund then has to sell off their $3 billion in assets. But they have to close the $90 billion in short plays they've done. Which means their $3 billion closes a fraction of what they owe. And then the prime broker, the bank, is the one who now is responsible for closing out those positions. As we saw from Archegos, they can't do that. I think banks are terrified to margin call because of what happened with Archegos. And Nomura's toast, Credit Suisse is toast, UBS is probably toast next. And, it is what it is. It's the old adage, if you owe a bank $1,000, it's your problem. If you owe a bank $1 billion, it's their problem. And these hedge funds kind of know it. And that's why they keep putting limits on how much money their members, their clients, can take out. Like, you can only take out 6% a quarter or whatever. And these dudes are trying to leave, and they can't, because they know that money's going to be gone the minute margin calls do come along. Karen Mirza, next week is a short week. Next week's a normal week, I thought. The short week is the week after. Yeah, next week's a normal week. Memorial Day is on the 27th, and that's the short week. The 28th, 9th, 30th, and 31st. Which is the week the CAT system goes online. So, interesting. Don C. Shade, buy chocolate and coffee. It's hard to feel sad when having that combo. And coffee and chocolate prices are going through the roof. So, buy coffee and chocolate commodities, I guess, is what you should do. Get to use it and benefit from it. Justin G, hearing more rumblings of BBBY? Well, 100 dockets dropping is a big deal. The telltale will be if they actually hold the hearing about the stalking horse tomorrow. That'll be interesting. Confidence Homer. I told you to cash in some of your options to get your car fixed and buy an air conditioner, no whining, was 100 degrees. The car's fixed. The car's fixed. It's just waiting next week when I can finally have the Washington State Patrol look at it and go, yeah, it's a car. Andrew Dell. That's a good shout. It's a good shout, Houston. Can you go through the reverse repo market for everyone? Well, reverse repo, we looked at the other day. Reverse repo is down to like 400 billion. What are we at right now? It's about 400 billion. So if you go to all time, right, you can see that 2021, beginning of 2021, the reverse repo went bonkers. And we had a peak in here of, what was it, like 2.5 trillion or something? Right up there. Of course, it's not showing numbers at all. And now we're about 400 billion. So they have definitely closed out. The whole point of reverse repo was the federal government gave so much money to people, banks, bailouts, companies, you name it, that we were flooded with too much cash. And we're like, oh shit, we need to rein this cash in to keep inflation from going bonkers. So they created the reverse repo program where banks could take the cash they have on hand, put it in reverse repo, and they can earn money on it, 4 or 5% interest. And they did that for quite some time until this last summer. And then the banks started being in trouble. And the banks are in trouble because deposits are way down because of inflation. People don't have any money. and commercial real estate has gone belly up. So they're not getting paid on those bonds that they own. And so they need to pull money out to cover all that stuff. And they've steadily pulled out $2 trillion just in like the last 10 months. And we are now down here. But it's kind of leveling out. Like that graph is kind of smoothing out. So my guess is the trouble banks have all taken their cash out. The banks who are fine are still in there, and they're going to stay around that $400 billion level. But there is going to be bank collapses coming. This running out of cash is running out of cash, and commercial real estate being worth nothing is commercial real estate being worth nothing. And you got to come pay the piper at some point. Every day there's crazy headlines about some megalith building that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars sold for like a bag of marbles. So here we are, waiting to see which banks die and which ones continue. Nikes, Houston scared. Will you tell me about the rabbits? The rabbits? The rabbits? I mean, monkey butt eats them. They're all over our yard, and she goes after them. But other than that, I don't know. Leo B, Houston. Oh crap, Leo B. Just the whole chat just. Minute I read the name, then the chat resets, and then I have no idea. There you go. Leo B, Houston. Max Payne is now 22-ish. Are we still expecting Gamma Ramp, or have they tamed the beast for now? Hope your calls went well. I mean, I finished up on my calls, but I definitely should have cashed out on Tuesday, and then bought puts or something, and rode that sucker on the way down, and then waited till tomorrow. I think have lots of Monday morning quarterbacking going on in my brain, but that's all you can do. And Javier Martinez says after hour movement. So are we now past 28? Where are we now? 28.87. So shooting for 29. So we're getting some. That'd be nice. Where's that put us in the old options chain here? So 28 puts us here. So we had another 100,000 shares. The big one is to get above 30, because that adds 3.2 million shares. So then we'd be at 13.7 million for Monday. And then the next big one is 34. That's the one I wanted to be above tomorrow, because as of yesterday, it would have meant 30 million shares in the money. So that adds another 1.6 million. So that puts it about 19 million shares, probably, thereabouts. Oh, sorry, 17 million shares, thereabouts. And then, then we got the crazy towns all up to 55 here, which, magic could happen tomorrow, and we could put another couple million shares in the money, have it just go absolutely knucking futs. But the big one is 30. We want to get past this. If we can get past that tomorrow, yeah, that would be nice. That would be really, really nice. And getting past 34, I'll crack the Martinellis. So that's where we want to get. Again, granted, 4 million shares went in the money 2 Fridays ago. And that was enough to give us 40 million volume that Monday. 8 million went in the money last Friday. And that was enough to give us 179 million volume that Monday. So if we put 10 plus million in there, we're able to get volumes closing in on 300 million shares or more for some gamma. Just, we'll keep a concerned eye on it all day tomorrow and see where it's going. But it'd be really nice. It'd be really nice for GameStop to do some of them buybacks tomorrow, wouldn't it? Just push that sucker up. Kevin Raiden asks, happy birthday. We're still going to get Gamer Ramp heading to Monday? I hope so, dude. Calls on double intro. I turned the intro off, didn't I? I didn't get a double intro. We're cool. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. No double intro. Snurtlert. Oi, Houston. If we go 5 or even 6 digits with GME, how bad could inflation go? Butter costing 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, etc. Thanks from Germany. I'm heading now towards my mattress. My fish is already waiting for me. I think a large portion of it won't matter, because rich people can only buy so much things, right? A rich person will buy the same amount of butter as a poor person. A rich person buys the same amount of eggs as a poor person. A rich person buys the same amount of milk and the same amount of breakfast cereal as a poor person. And a lot of this is a transfer of wealth, right? So it just goes from these guys being rich, these people being poor, to these people being rich and these people being poor. So I don't think inflation as far as demand will have too much of a problem. There will be printing most likely to bail out banks. But if banks are being bailed at that level, then we are in a full-blown recession. And prices drop anyway because everyone gets laid off and has no jobs, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't see it causing too much in the way of inflation from anything else. It's just a transfer of wealth. Everyone's telling me to turn off the intros. Intros are off. Dang it. I'm jacked to the tits. We need DFV to come out with his live videos on YouTube again. I heard he was pretty quiet today because I'm not on Twitter. I didn't see anything, but I heard he was pretty quiet today, which was interesting. Matthew Jackson's SSR rules don't matter anymore. Well, the thing about SSR, the short sale restriction, because yesterday it dropped more than 10%, so it was on short sale restriction through today, is that they can still short like crazy if you are a market maker or if you are shorting an ETF, such as the baskets that a lot of these stocks are in. So they're shorting ETFs when they can't short the shares directly, or the market maker is just minting shares out of the air and throwing them in the market because they're a bunch of criminals. Yeah. J-Dogs, till 5 weeks, till some way out of the money calls expire. Till then, go Mariners. All right. Wild missed Greece already. Yeah, Wild sent me some pictures. He was vacationing in Greece. I think Belgian Wales headed to Greece, right? Wasn't that what he said yesterday? So you guys are just swapping spots. Citizen 54 of a 1450 put for Friday. If it pays, I'm gonna cry. Yeah. I don't think it will go that low, but yeah. Ace Ventura, I think that rock solid guy might be DFV. Doesn't he owe you $500? Is that what it comes down to? Scott Palm, Mediterranean is oddly warm for this time of year, not looking good for the summer in Europe. Hot, hot, hot. Probably more fires and more olive trees burning down. So olive oil will go from the insane $64 for half gallon is right now to like $200 for half gallon. It's bonkers how expensive olive oil is at the moment. Coffee Donuts and Homer. So olive oil, chocolate, coffee. All three of those things. I guess they're all catching on fire and you can't make them anymore. I don't know. So we're going to lose the things that make stuff taste great, and that will be our future. That's what will bring down the entire world. The Enlightenment was the result of coffee and tea. So prior to like the great minds that formed the United States getting together, people were just drunk all the time because all they drank was beer because water wasn't potable. It would just give you the runs. So they would drink beer. They would drink a gallon of beer a day, basically eating like several loaves of bread. And they were just in a drunken stupor all day long. So all their calories were coming from beer. And then coffee and tea arrived and they like sobered up and drank coffee and tea at 4 o'clock every day and had fantastical discussions. And that is where so much of the second Renaissance came from was these people being like, oh, it's weird. I'm sober and I can think things and I can like read books and do stuff. Whereas before everyone was just stumbling around drunk all the time with bad teeth. So if we make it so it's so expensive that people can have their coffee and tea and they're just drinking a gallon of beer again a day, then, we'll regress back to the Middle Ages, I guess. Who's messaging me? All right. Saul says that DFV's been tweeting every 15 minutes during market hours since yesterday. So he was still tweeting today. Okay. All right. It's a lot of videos, man. That's a lot of videos he had to edit. It would take me 3 years to get like 2 of those videos done. Kelly Bull Houston, do you think that all the tweeting from DFV is just hope or indeed a big play about to be disclosed? I think this fervor is a lot different than hope because he's a whale now, right? He's got tens of millions of dollars at his disposal, and he can move markets, especially with a mid-cap stock like this. Again, Ryan Cohen buying 100,000 shares lit market 2 years ago moved the stock price like $40. So they know that they have the ability to like push this stuff around, and yeah. Get a read. Not our first rodeo. This is life-changing money. It takes time. Max Payne tomorrow is 22. There's a lot of fundamentals. People who aren't in this are missing the full potential. Yeah. AMC's flying as well, says Mimi. All right. Yeah. Imran Jogi. Hi. Hello. Paisek Kinoa. AMC is not flying, but it's up. So correction. Creek Chubb, Houston. Thank you for all the great content. Question. I purchased my first 10 calls today with $50 strikes. What's your strategy to take profit, but don't want to exercise and own shares outright? I mean, the strategy is now you hope and pray. So you hope it goes up and that what the price you bought at, it goes higher, or that huge implied volatility happens again and you get some IV crush going on. So those are the ways you get profit. If it doesn't go up and the stock kind of mellows out and there isn't much volatility, then the value of them will drop quite quickly, and then you get theta K'd eventually. But it's it's cross your fingers, go through all of your rituals, and I don't know, shake your rabbit's foot. I think if we close above 30 tomorrow, I think you might be fine. Those $50 ones. I hope we close above 30 tomorrow. I'll check again here, see what we're at in the after hours. We're above 29. We're getting there. We're up now $3 after hours. So nice. Get a little uptick there. Push these things all green, hopefully. Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool drool. Alex Bishop is here. Ryan H says monkey butt. Where's the monkey? Monkey butt totally ditched me. He just took off. Well, I got a short show, so I only got 32 minutes left in this short little Thursday show. So I guess I should probably crinkle a bag and see if she shows up. Is the fan too loud? She can't hear it? Monkey butt. Oh, there you are. You didn't hear it. You're just far away. I'm not gonna do the intro. We'll just give her two of these suckers and be on our way, right? It's a short show. We can't waste with too many intros today. Come here. Get it. There you go. Come here one more time. Up here. Up here. Oh yeah, so exciting. Monkey butt. All right. Paratarian, if we get below $34 for those options, but above $11, which is the bigger leaps price, do you predict any major moves? Well, if the leaps were purchased February of 2014, right, when the price was about $10 a share, because it was at $40 pre-split end, my guess is what's in those leaps must be huge. Although I've not seen anything that shows leap contracts, I would assume somebody has a Bloomberg terminal that shows those leaps. I have no idea. I've not seen anything about what those numbers are, but they would be probably, like you said, around $11, $10, $11, somewhere in there. Because I think it was February 14th. I have to go find that. GME price history. That's what I want. Where was Circle price data? That's what I wanted. I think it was February 14th was the date I heard. We want to go to... Oh, no, I want to go... That's right. I want 2021 GME price history. I think that's where it was. Yahoo, macro trends, Muse. This guy? Yeah, that's 2024 again. Oh yeah. We'll just go 2021. We want January. And we want this side, we want 2021 to probably March. Apply. Okay, so. Oh, you bastard. Get out of here. That's not January. Oh, how did I do? What the fart? I want to do January. Apply. There we go. Okay. So 214, I think was the date. 212? Maybe not 14 because that's a weekend. But price $12 then. What was our absolute low? Our low was the 19th at 10. 963. Yeah, this one was like $38. So that is our low. So if they did leaps on this day, probably anything, yeah, below $11 or above $11 would probably go kablooey. I don't know the rules about rolling those over, whether you have to exercise. I don't know enough about that side of it at all to give you an answer. But the volume was still insane back then, though. Still did 59 million at the absolute basement. That was the lowest it was for the next 2 years. So that's crazy. That's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Crazy. Boink. Imran Jogi, hi, longtime lurker. Could they have another buyback plan to take place Friday? That'd be delicious. That's I'm hoping there, Imran. I'm really hoping for that. That'd be nice. Putting 1 or 2 million shares through lit exchange just in time to pump that sucker over $34. Yeah. That'd be bitchin'. And Alex Bishop, I got 4 $36 calls for next week and 11 shares. Do we go over 36 next week? If we close over 30 or 34, I think so. I think we go over that, be like this week where we'll have, we can hit $60 and stuff. If those options chains at $12 were still in play, and they were to have exercised them, I think we fly. But looks like they sold them. So, well, they got the win. Can't blame them for that. No Revolution, same. All of a sudden, want me to sign up and lend shares. Yep. Brendan Wells is here. Great Knowles. Sup, Houston. Happy birthday. How could Jamie surprise Wall Street huge tomorrow? Announcing a merger. Announcing they became a holding company, doing huge share buybacks, offering a Wu-Tang dividend, something like that. Yeah. Lots of ways can you put on your tinfoil hat and visit the Pleaser Dow Twitter. Let's see if we can get it to work. Last time I tried to do that, it wasn't working. Okay, search working yet? Pleaser Dow. Pleaser Dow. Okay. Oops. That means I gotta go to the Mozilla. I'm just gonna turn that one off. Turn that one on. There we go. Okay. So Pleaser, let's bring music to the people. Thealbum.com. Well, let's open that. This has to do with the Wu-Tang. Enter the chamber. I gotta put in a phone number. In accordance with the contract set forth by Wu-Tang, the album will be released October 8th, 2103. Enter the chamber. One sec. Ah, crap. We gotta do a verification code. I can send me one, bro? Come on. Well, apparently I can't enter the chamber at the moment until they give me a verification code. So, we'll go back to this. Which goes back to this. Okay, so art appearing in the form of a game. Okay, so we got a game. We got Wu-Tang. We got Wu-Tang. We got Black Hoodie. Remember, there's a Black Hoodie in that picture when the Pleaser Dow folks had all their faces towards us, and then someone, perhaps Ryan Cohen, was in a black hoodie facing the other direction. Enter the chamber. Enter the chamber. Enter the chamber. I still have not received a text yet. Once upon Shaolin, Pleaser Dow. More conspiracy stuff from Pleaser Dow. Lean forward, just like GameStop, just like the DFV, his first tweet back. Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang, there he is again. And Wu-Tang Theory is still the greatest tinfoil of all time. So, which the tinfoil was that it was going to be offered as a crypto dividend, NFT dividend for shareholders of GameStop. So, you have some way to go. Wu-Tang potato chip, very rare. I love it when those things pop up. And there's the Roaring Kitty. Okay, so my guess is because they're referencing the Wu-Tang conspiracy that is what they're trying to do. These people getting to hear the Wu-Tang album. Okay, so there you go. That's looks like they're about to do something, right? Have they sent me a code yet? No. They can make websites and NFTs, but they can't send me a verification code. All right. Where was I? Manku. That's when he said GME Rising. Go back and check the GME, shall we? Oh, back down below 29. Bummer. Well, it'll seesaw. That's what it does. Tell me if anybody noticed no halts today, down 30%. Yeah, that's pretty crazy that they'll halt it on its way up, but they won't halt it on the way down. Kind of a dick move by powers that be. Creek Chubb, yes, Fidelity made me open my options account under a margin account. I have plenty of on my cash account side too. Was weird, but just did it and moved on. That is weird. Copy and paste. I sold billions of dollars in naked shorts this week. No doubt. Ryan H. Cattail. There's no cat around here. I think he went into the roommate's room. Jiminius Houston. I tried to place an order for 2 more shares, and the 24-hour market price is showing 2034. Bid ask is between 36 37. Interesting. Copy paste. Banks won't margin call because it will bankrupt the entire system. They're named shorting everything. Yep. Just leave. My mom said that I have to have a job. After I told her that I will be a millionaire, so I told her to create a company and be CEO. Hey, you have a job, you have a holdings company, and I'm in charge of the holdings company, and then there you go. There's a job. People saying AMC is ripping multiple times now. Where is AMC at? AMC has had a big jump. Went from 463 to over $5. So it's up 8.5% after hours. Word. GME is up 4% after hours. Okay. Yeah. Richard K., how involved is MMTLP McCabe is involved in the Nunez DJT effort to fight hedge funds? The Nunez DJT effort to fight hedge funds is, I think, lip service because Ken Griffin just said that he'll probably help fund Donald Trump's campaign. So, I mean, it's like my termite specialist is having his bills paid by the termites. That's what that comes down to. McCabe, on the other hand, I know McCabe definitely wants to get value out of those shares, and he's sick and tired of the way the short game has been going. So he's on a much more methodical route where they're getting attorneys and they're suing and they're doing stuff like that. I don't see anything coming out of the DJT crowd showing that like Nunez is getting legal counsel together to sue Citadel or a short hedge fund or someone. They're just parroting what they're told to parrot, but I don't think Donald Trump actually cares about the stock being shorted or being on the short. What he cares about is having control of the RNC's budget, and then he can force that budget to pay Truth Social to advertise for him to nobody because no one uses that platform, and then he can show huge revenue gains around the time he's allowed to sell. But Diane B, happy birthday. I'm in the middle of the month, so I should be close. Wouldn't that be nice to know, wouldn't it? Brandon Wells, these clawbacks for BBYQ looking good for us. Definitely. Maria Garcia. Fidelity cleared all my MMTLP purchases, and then they deleted the information. I can look up any stock except MMTLP. My regular trades were all cleared by Fidelity. Look at, I think it's your October statement for Fidelity. Look in there. You should see it still exists. So you should have a paper record of you having that stuff. Oh, not October. Your December 2022 one. October BBBY. December 2022. That should be your thing. Some Korean name. Did you see Bay plus Tiffany Korea have GME logo? Bay plus Tiffany? I don't know what that is. Bay plus Tiffany. Bay plus Tiffany. Not now. Images? I got Tiffany Bay. I don't know what that is. I don't see anything that looks GameStop-ish. Tiffany Bay Townhomes in Houston, Texas. Bay Tiffany. Tiffany Bay. Tiffany Oyster Bay. If you have Oyster Tiffany Bay. I don't know what that means. You weren't that important. That's a great name. Up 5%. Oh, shoot. That just reset again. Dang it. Tiffany Bay. About to say Tiffany Bay thing. Bay Korea have GME logo. Tiffany Bay Korea. Maybe that's what I should look at. Tiffany Bay Korea? Tiffany store locations. Tiffany Girls, Tiffany Diamond, images. My dad's calling. I will send him a message. Doing a show. Mom is. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. I don't. You may have to like send that to me because I'm searching. I don't know if I'm searching the right things. Okay. Aaron Saladin, Sint Houston is in the same ETF basket as GME because it moves with GME. Do you think it can go to $1 when GME gets to 300 again? I don't know. I mean, these penny stocks, I have not paid attention to them at all beyond the couple of times you guys mentioned them in the thing. I do know that they are being heavily pushed by Zach Morris and his penny stock pump and dumpers. So, I mean, it's at 14 cents. It gotten as high as 20 today. I mean, no chart available. So 6 months, no chart available. 1 month, it has a 1 month chart and that's it. So this thing's come out of nowhere. Last 5 days, it was at 3 cents and then jumped to 21 yesterday and is now sitting around 13. I don't know. I mean, if you're up 1,000%, that's awesome. Good for you, but I'm not paying attention to them too much. Oh. Horneat, DFE wouldn't come with such big hype. Doing all those memes, putting 3 years of work for just 2 days is impossible. He's watching that GME chart. He'll push it tomorrow above 35 with RC doing buybacks. I think that's a good chance. I think it's a very good chance that GME jumps in with buybacks. It's a non-zero chance. Don Caesar Shadem, do you Atari or Toys R Us shares? How the hell are people getting those? Atari ticker is Pong F, and toys are listed on ASX. There are other tickers. I have like 5,000 Toys R Us shares. I bought them like in February, and they are way down since I bought them. So, but I have them. They're in there. Kevin Rand, tell me about the rabbits of Mice and Men style. You want me to be Lenny, accidentally crushing a bunny and then killing a poor woman? That's that what you want out of me, Kevin Randon? You guys know Mice and Men? Crunch. Oh. Don't scream, crunch. There you go. Says 54, Houston. I'd never heard the Lindsey Graham Ladybug story. I read that post. What a terrible day to be literate. Yeah, you want to claw your eyes out and then remove that part of your brain where it existed. Huh. Yeah. Model 3 dude. Sorry, this is going to close below 22. It might. That's the brilliance of a volatile stock. It do what it do. Aaron Salentine, I want GME to be above $50, so $1 trillion cash out of options destroys the brokers. Haha, evil laugh. That would be great too. If it went by $50 tomorrow, I'll pop like Martinelli's and I'll bathe in it. That would be wonderful. Fred Jones, they're saving their ammo for Power Hour Friday to drive the price up for GME. There was a big Power Hour last Friday and a Power Hour the Friday before. So yeah, there's good chance that they will use that ammo for later in the day, and just maybe we'll see big volume spikes towards the end of the day. Because let's say with 50 minutes left in the day, right? All of a sudden, 1 million lit buys go through the exchange. That would cause scrambling by options writers to then purchase millions upon millions of shares, because that would push that thing up well over 30, probably well over 40. And then they would have to purchase a whole bunch of shares for gamma ramping right at the end of the day, which would cause it to just explode. You might get halts at that point. What they should do with halts is like in soccer, where you have like overtime, right? So if you halt for like 30 minutes of the day, when it closes, you get 30 more minutes of the market. That's what they should do, so that people are worried about theta decay and things in their options getting hurt that way. That's what they should do. Have that guy holding up the sign telling you how much time is left of overtime to play. Okay, everyone's talking about green candles happening after hours. People corrected me, the DFE was not quiet today. Maybe people are now so desensitized that he's back that no one's sending me his tweets today. Ken Smith, today I bought my first call ever. Strike at $20 for IEP. Expires tomorrow. Thoughts of being successful? I IEP's been sitting like 17, 18. No, unless they do some weird announcement during the day. Okay, Brennan Willoughby is here. And thoughts your shade of market makers can extract shares from ETS through the redemption process. Yeah, it's a really weird process because you've got all these fractional shares that make up one ETF, and they can like peel individual ones out of there, and then it's no longer an ETF. It's just cajillions of fractional shares, and then they can build new ones again when they do buybacks to insert them back into the ETF supply. It's a really weird, dumb system, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Cameron Mirza, any opinion on Kendrick Lamar and Metro beef with Drake? Drake sucks. Kendrick all the way. That's my opinion. I don't like Drake's music. I have never liked Drake's music. I dated a woman who was so into Drake, and we had to listen to it all the time in the car, and I was like, this is terrible. He is so bad at this. He is awful. There's such better rappers out there, and he is not one of them. I've never liked him. And then I read about all his like weird grooming of children on Instagram, and that just didn't sit right with me. And so Kendrick going after him, fantastic. You know, Kid Cudi a couple years ago had a beef with Drake, and I was all behind Kid Cudi. He's also a way better rapper and musician than Drake. I'll take Kendrick and Kid any day. Any day. Yeah. Drake's just, I don't get the appeal. I just don't understand it. It's like a Pontiac Aztec. I just don't get it. Drake is the Cybertruck of rappers. That's what Drake is. Someone sees something in it, but I don't. KYP, Drake is gross. I concur. Thank you. I mean, way too many quinky dinks of him like messaging 14-year-olds and things on Instagram. Just don't. If you're a grown man, just don't. Be stronger than your lizard brain. Just don't do that stuff. It's gross. Danjo, we need a whale to buy a boatload of shares. Someone call Andrew Tate or Dave Portnoy. Not those two. Portnoy is a total paper hands. Andrew Tate's just as bad as Drake, if not worse. We can do this without the clown posse showing up. Adele Adiris, how do you like them kitty tweety Jackie tits off? Wait, jacking tits. Ha 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 ha. I like it. Ghost Host, how do you see AMC and GME squeeze going? Does AMC exit the basket and just become a regular short squeeze play, or the whole basket has to go and dilution just makes it take longer? I think the basket goes together. I think AMC's riding this train due to it being in the basket, but Adam Aaron has made it very evident that he will dilute at any time it shows positive price movement. Yesterday, he diluted 23 million shares by striking a deal with one of their creditors to sell the shares at the equivalent of $3 a share. So half the price of what it was trading for. And that's the crap he does. He's great at wheeling and dealing and making sure his buddies profit off everything. But you, the shareholders, you're going to get absolutely bent over a barrel. If and when they pay off their debt, whoever knows how many years away that is, that'll be the time to buy AMC stock. But he's probably going to dilute more, do another reverse split before then, and you'll be down to 1,000th of what your original investments were in 2021. So, like, day trade it, I guess. If you can make money off of day trading it with options and stuff, cool. But if you're hoping that you're going to see you get your money back from what you invested in 2021, you're not. It's not going to happen. Just to make the shorts hurt on AMC, the stock price has to be $230 a share. So you're not going to force a squeeze out of them unless they're hurting, and they're not hurting right now. And it's evident that Adam Aaron will dump hundreds of millions of shares in the market and then do special deals with these guys so that they can use those shares to cover and everything. Until Adam Aaron is gone or until the debt buyback is all done, well, you're not going to see a return to value like you did before. Grape Knowles, do you think DFV coming back means that there are some plans afoot that can really change the game? Yes, I do. Yeah. Sincere is the inverse Houston. It's the inverse Houston. Maybe today you say we go down and price go up. Well, I did say the other day that I kind of wanted it to finish around $34 so that the implied volatility would go down and I could purchase a whole bunch of options. So I may have doomed us in that respect because it seems to be that's what happened the last couple of days. Yeah. Jimmy getting close to 30 again. I mean, I'm a few minutes behind here, so. Come on. Open. Where are we now? We're still at 28.93. So hovering around that 29. See what happens at that weird 4 a.m. when things went bonkers a couple days ago. Brett Montgomery should just lock up King Griffin. That would solve a lot of this. He's not a market maker. He's a crime wave. Yes. Also, have you seen Gherkin's analysis? Well, Gherkin seems to have nailed it when he talked about the price going below $51.99 and causing market makers to sell off a lot of their hedges. And it just kind of compounded from there. So yeah, his analysis so far, I think, has been pretty spot on that. Imran Jorgi, what do you think about the Bosnian pyramids and the stone carving talking about the portal being closed? I've never heard of those things. So I'll have to look that up. Bosnian pyramids, stone carving about portal. I know there's like crazy carved spheres. I think it's in Bosnia. Maybe it's in Croatia. It's like out in the woods and there's some ancient ruins where there's like perfectly carved spheres of rock. I know about those. But beyond that, Love Star's got a good feeling about GME right now. I feel like something's going to happen tomorrow that will push that stock price up and give us the little Friday win we need. That's what I'm saying. Bailey's here. I haven't seen Bailey here in a while. Welcome, Bailey. Hello. Cruz Rodriguez, what up, Wade? The opposite of down. Seems like we're going slightly up. I hope so. Francis Oregon Gamboa just went into GME shares and 6 call options. Boom. 110 here. Even if we are above 20, there may be a small gamma ramp next week. Yes. It's a little guy. I would love to be much higher than that, though. I would love a big gamma. SS, hey Houston, why is GME moving just as popcorn moves? Something I noticed recently. I think GME moves and popcorn follows, personally. Because AMC is in the same ETF basket as GameStop. So all the manipulation you're seeing of the stocks right now is probably happening through ETFs, especially today, because they were an SSR and they can't just like straight short all day today. So yeah, it's the basket that's moving. Mange coup, the whole market is weird, but I still buy and hold just to see what happens. Makes sense. That's what we do. That's our game plan. Okay, I lost my spot again. There it is. I got 1 minute. Oh crap. I gotta go in here. Brett Montgomery, that no halt on the way down is the Ken Griffin exemption, which equates to letting it drop like a rock and it rebounds up 5%. Halt it. Yes. Halt. If you're gonna halt on the way up, you halt on the way down, SEC. Like, pull your head out of your ass. Give your balls a tug. Just come on, man. Make it so you're not a giant dillweed. Okay, it's 4:30. I gotta go on. Sorry it's a short show today. We will do a normal time show tomorrow, and I hope it gives us reason to crack open some Martinellis tomorrow. It's been a long 8 months since I've had some Martinellis. So let's do that tomorrow. Monkey butt, anything to add? Nope, just ear twinge. Cool. Okay, so one of the where is it? I lost it. I lost my daytime intro. This one. Yes.
Houston, we have a problem.
All right, later, skaters. I'll see you tomorrow. And keep that Martinelli cold, just in case. Just in case. And those nipples, tits,